There she is. Hi.
What's up, everyone? Boom, boom. All right, make sure that we are recording. How do I, there we go. That is better. Damn, I need that background. Every time I hop on here, I need to make myself a note. So you guys can go ahead and unmute yourselves if you want to talk, or you can keep yourself muted if you don't. Up to you.
Hey.
Just
Hey.
what's up going on, ladies? Got a bunch of people hopping on. Morgan. Oh, there's Mama P. All right, all right. There's Martell. She's getting all ready. I'm just looking for one note I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if I can find it. Damn it. Oh, the 3 Fs. I need to find the 3 Fs. I have so many more notes that I took at that event that I need to tell you guys about. There. All right. All right. Chat is working. What's up, Joanne? What's up, Angie? Mama P, Tiffany, Rita, Martell, McDonald.
Hello.
All right. So we're going to get started. Thank you for hopping on. I am recording this, so hopefully it will work. And I'm going to try out something new. I'm going to post the recording. So once we're done the meeting, I'll upload it. I upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to post it in Moguls, and it will be available for 10 days to watch the replay. All right. All right. So, like you all don't know, but Cindy Martell is here. And I asked if Cindy would come on and do just a really short kind of like soul check Sunday. She does like soul check Sundays. Is that what you call it? Soul check? I think so. Soul check Sundays. And they're amazing. Like you will just, you'll just like feel, it's just, you'll just feel her energy. You'll feel more energized, and you'll definitely take something out of it. So I'm going to ask Cindy to start off our meeting. But you have to unmute yourself.
Hey. Yes, unmuting myself works better. Ladies, hello everybody. I'm so glad to see you on this Sunday. Let me see if I know it. I know a few of you. So it's not too nerve-wracking. All right. Yes. Soul check. So this is something that I started a long time ago. I think that I started that probably when I started Unique, and it was just Alex and I, and we used to do these soul check together, her and me on the phone. That was it. It was just us talking and trying to like motivate each other, right? Because so many times in this business, even if we're all there for each other, we feel lonely. It feels lonely at some point. And when you're not feeling like 100%, what happens? Your business suffers. It's probably the first thing that suffers on the list, because you want to keep your 100% for the family, for this, for that, and the business is the first thing to go down. So I was super excited when Karen asked me to do this, because I feel like I need a soul check. It's mid-month. I don't know about you, but it's been one heck of a ride, and I'm gonna give all the credit of my success in September on this one event that happened on September. No, it was for September 1st, but it was like a day or 2 days before. And that's the story I'm going to share with you ladies today. I hope that you'll be able to get something out of this, whatever it is that you need to pick you up and have a really good end of the month is my goal for you. That's what I'm hoping. So what I'm going to share with you is this crazy story. So it's a true story. My life is full of stories. Like, as you get to know me, you'll see I have a story for everything. Like, give me an example of something, I got a story for you. That's how I roll. So this one here, I'm going to start by saying that I'm more than a fan. I am living by the book, The Secret, The Laws of Attractions. I've been living by this for, I'm going to say 7 years, a couple of years before I got pregnant with my daughter. It works. It works every single time. It works. It works. So you just have to read the book, look at the documentary, pay attention to what everybody's saying around you. Like, it works. It's not just me, it's everybody. Whether you think it does or it doesn't, it does. It actually does. So there's something that I've been doing for the longest time. I don't remember when I started, but I always talk about how I'm so happy because whenever I drive in this crazy city, Toronto, I always get a parking spot right at the door. I always do that. It's an example that they gave in The Secret, and I was like, that's an easy one to test. So I started to test it, and every single time I get a parking by the door. It doesn't matter where I go, whether it's Costco, whether it's the airport, guys, like Pearson International Airport. Don't worry, my parking spot is waiting for me right now. That's how it is. So that particular morning was a Saturday morning, and we had a party to go to that night. One of my bestest friend, like my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter would say, bestest friend, Vanessa. Vanessa was turning 38, and I really wanted to buy something super special for her because she's been super special for me in my life. So I woke up that morning, I was like, I want to buy Tiffany something. Yep. Not that I have that kind of money, ladies, yet, but I'm living that life today because that's where I'm going. So I'm just going to live the life of the let's buy a Tiffany something for your friend for her birthday. So I went online, I found some earrings, and I thought, that's it. I'm going to go. Where's the closest Tiffany? It's Yorkdale Mall. For those of you who don't know Yorkdale Mall, it's a zoo. It's a zoo on any given day. It's a zoo. Like, you know, when you go to a mall and there's like big signs of there's 322 parking spots available, like that's crazy, right? Like, it's telling you how many parking spots are available. I don't worry about that crap because my parking spot is waiting for me at the door. Now, work with me, ladies, because I know you're thinking, ugh, another one of those parking spot story. Oh my God, these people are so annoying. It's more than a parking spot story. I want you to think about whenever you decided to go in a store where you can't afford a thing in that store. It's I call it for rich people's store. So a rich people's store where you walk in and the people are looking at you like this. And then they walk away because they're not going to make a commission off of you, and they're annoyed, and you don't even look the part, and what the F are you doing wasting their time, right? So I think that all of us at some point, we've had that feeling of we don't belong. It's like we gave the permission to a perfect stranger to decide that we had no business going in their store, that they don't own, by the way. They're paying minimum freaking wage to be selling us Tiffany stuff. So I felt a little bit like, I was like, no, you're not going to feel like that, Cindy. You're going to own it. You have the money in your account. You're going to pay like debit, not even credit. Like, you're going to debit that shit. So go in, get your stuff, get out. So my daughter wants to come with me, which, as you all know, means that it's going to take at least 20 minutes longer because it just does. And I don't have time. I'm rushing. Hubby needs the car. We only have one car in the family, so I'm rushing. Get there. I go straight by the door because that's where my parking is. And Alma's not even worried. My daughter, she's like, oh, you always get a parking at the door, Mama. So it's okay. We have enough time. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And we get there and my parking is not there. My parking spot is not there. So I'm looking around and, okay, having said that, even if it was like the first 5 parkings at Yorkdale, for me, that's fine. Like I can take any one of the 5 first parking. That's at the door for me. Nothing is available. So I actually put the emergency flashers and I stopped and I said, Alma, I don't know what the heck is going on here because where's my parking? Alma, we have no time for this and I don't want to park over there. I don't know. 5 years old. She's been hearing me talk about I have my parking spot all her life. She's been hearing me about manifesting all her life. So what does my 5-year-old say to me as I'm slightly panicking about the fact that the universe today decided to take a day off when my parking spot should be there? She says to me, duh, of course it's there. You're probably just at the wrong door. Oh my God, I still feel the feeling of, oh my God, that's true, that's right. Which door should I go through? So I always go through the door where there's the Indigo and the movie and all of the lower end stores, because that's where I shop, right? I never even thought about there's parking all around this freaking place. So I said to Alma, you're right. We're gonna go park as close as possible to Tiffany. I don't know where the heck Tiffany is because I've never been into a Tiffany store in my life. So I go around and as I'm driving, I'm feeling so good about the fact that in her mind, it's a done deal. The parking is there. Just find it. Like find another door. It's a big mall. There's more than a door. So I go around and now there's valet parking, like with legit people with white gloves and stuff. And for a slight minute, I'm like, is that what the universe is saying? No, I don't want to pay for it. I'm not paying for parking today. So I keep going. Holt Renfrew, like all the big names, right? And then it says free parking underground. I'm like, free parking underground? I didn't know we had free parking. So I go underground and I go straight to the elevator because that's where my parking is. It has to be there because it has to be by the door. And sure enough, parking number 2 is there waiting for me. Now on one side, there's like Mercedes, and on the other side is a Range Rover, and me, there's my 325,000 kilometers Hyundai parked right in between. And I'm thinking, well, I'm sure they're more scared of me of getting like a dent on their car because I really don't care about that on my car. So I walked out. I'm running. We walked out, go in the elevator, go up, open, and I'm like, oh, how convenient is this for rich people? They have the guest service right there for them. Well, I'll be damned. So I go there and I say, hi, I'm looking for the store Tiffany. Where can I find it? Absolutely, ma'am. It's over there, second left. Perfect, thank you. So we run and we get to Tiffany and I barge in that store like I owned the place. And I walked in and I said, good morning. And so somebody came and said, good morning. Can I help you with something? I said, yes, I'm so glad you're asking because I actually have 10 minutes max. I have 10 minutes. I saw something on the internet. That's what I want to buy. And here it is. I show it. Great. Absolutely. Come with me. It's over there. And they're taking me to the place. And for the first time, I'm not feeling weird about it. Like I've taken my place, ladies. Like this is my life. Nobody knows how much money I have in my bank account. Nobody knows anything about me. Nobody knows if I belong there or if I don't belong there. Nobody knows if you belong there or if you don't belong there. You decide, just like I decided. And once you make the decision that you belong wherever the heck you want to be, wherever you want to be, you belong. Whether you want to go shopping at H&M and you want to get the best customer service because you're the best client, walk in there with that attitude and you're going to get it because you called it, you own it, and that's it. It's going to happen. I get there, and then the guy says to me, he goes, I know you're in a rush, and all of the whatever they call them, they probably call them something funny. Anyways, the salespeople are busy right now. Let me get the manager for you. And I'm like, that's lovely. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So the manager comes out running for my $225 purchase and came out, helped out. Would you like to sign up for the newsletter and account? Yes, I'll sign up. And then I see this thing, like it's there and it's gorgeous and it's flashy, like it's like sparkly. And I'm like, my God, I can barely see something. This thing is so beautiful. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what a beautiful necklace this is. Would you like to try it? I'm like, no, I don't have any time to try anything, but I wouldn't mind knowing how much this is. My birthday's coming in October. And the lady says, it's $17,500. You know, I didn't miss a beat. I did not miss a beat. I was like, ooh, that's lovely. My goodness. This is one for my husband, though, for sure. Do you mind if I take a picture? She's like, take a picture. So I'm taking a picture. I'm like, that's great. Oh, my God. I'm so excited. So excited. This is perfect for my birthday. Yes, thank you so much. As she's wrapping things up. And Alma's there sitting, and she's on her tablet. She's not paying attention to anybody. Ladies, I walked out of there, and the funk that I had been feeling for a few months was gone. It was gone. The funk was gone because that morning, I decided that I was going to take my seat in the VIP lounge of my life. So your life is your life. And your VIP lounge may actually be missing the most important person in that VIP lounge, you. Now, it's easy to say, get over your shit, feel better. We all do it. Like, brush it off. Just feel better because things are going to be better. It's easy to say that. But there's ways that you can do it so that you will actually slowly start to feel better. Meditation is amazing. It's non-negotiable for me. It's 3 to 5 minutes. It's at night. It's right when I'm ready to go to sleep. So in actuality, whether it's 3 minutes or 8 hours of meditation, I don't know. But that's when I kind of regroup, relax, take a moment to be present in your life. And then look around, surround yourself with the things and the people that you want to surround yourself with. If you're always with people who are negative, critical, like, you know, people that are critical, like they're looking at somebody and they'll just be critical and judge in a negative way for no reason other than they actually have nothing else to say in their life. Those people, move away from those people. Right? And then find something that you really, really, really love, other than makeup, other than your business, other than your family, other than all of this. And then go do that thing whenever you feel a pick-me-up. So, I mean, Alex, it's that hip-hop dancing stuff, right? Oh, I wish. But next thing you know, I break a hip at 42 years old and it's over. So I'm not going to do that. But find something and go live your best life right now, because whether or not we have everything that we want today, if you're going to sit here and you're going to focus on everything you don't have, and it's, I know we all do it, and there's a reason why we all do it, because we were told a long, long time ago that by the time you're 42 years old, my age, you have to be married, you have to have a mortgage that's almost paid because you've been paying your mortgage since you're 25, and you have to have kids. Just one is not enough. You gotta have kids. You have to have this. You have to be like a soccer mom. You have to be all of these things that we're supposed to be when we're 42 or 37 or 50. I don't know. Divorce that. Divorce it. Nobody lives your life. Nobody is in your shoes. Nobody can tell you anything. these lash affiliates, ladies, will actually pick your business up like that in a second, literally. I started this thing a week ago and my head is still spinning. It's spinning. Like I hadn't been really doing it in the way that it's supposed to be done. Picked it up a week ago, spinning my head, and I love it. So that's pretty much what I had for you ladies today. I just wanted to share that story because I know that we all have a story that's similar where you go somewhere and you feel like you don't belong there. The truth is that the feeling is within us. And if we decide we don't belong there, we don't belong there. But if we decide we do, we do. We absolutely do. And so my message to you is whatever it is that's holding you back in your own life, whatever it is, you have to be able to look at that thing and say, you're not holding me back no more. It's not going to work immediately like this. Lash affiliates, yes. This, not necessarily. But just to start to think that way and to actually put everything in motion in terms of owning it, talking to it, and then divorcing it, you're going to be ahead of the game. That's all I have. That's all I have. Too much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You like fire me up. Like every time I like talk to you, I watch you, whatever, like you honestly, you fire me up. And so, hopefully that fired everybody else up. Just, like fired you up, just knowing that, this is your life. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Right. You may be having a bad week, a bad day, a bad month, a bad year, but you can always change that, right? You can always change it. But the way that you change it is you got to just take that first step to change.
That's right.
So thank you for that Soul Check Sunday.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to just share with you, I wanted to share with you 3 words that I learned. So when I was in Dallas last weekend, I was in this amazing training with these amazing people. And I was in a room with just like people that I thought that I would never, ever be in a room with before or ever. And getting to even just to speak to some of these people. And so actually next week, I'm going to announce 2 of those people, the hosts that were actually doing that training, Larry and Taylor Thompson. They're going to come in and they're going to do a special team Zoom call with all of us. And they're going to share a couple tips that they taught us. Larry Thompson has been in the business for 51 years. He helped co-found Herbalife, which is still around today, and they make billions and billions of dollars. They're not in network marketing anymore, but he's brilliant, and he's brilliant in the way that he doesn't like using tools after tools after tools, because what happens is there's so many tools at your fingertips and you're like, which one do I use? Which one do I use for onboarding? Which one do I use for conversation? Which one do I use for this? What do I say to this? And then what happens is that you freeze because you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to talk to anyone right now because I don't know what tool to use, right? So he kind of taught us to kind of like bring the tools back, like not use as many tools and to use a few different words and a few different sayings. So all I want to do is just on this call is I just wanted to share with you, Cindy Solcheck wanted to share with you these 3 words. I'll give you maybe examples on how you can use them. And then if you guys have any questions, you guys want to ask anything or figure anything out, then we can open it up. So the 3 words, write these down: fun, freedom, and flexibility. The 3 F's: fun, freedom, and flexibility. So when you're talking to somebody about the opportunity, or whether it's, whether they've raised their hand and come to you, or whether you have just went to them just to see if they were open, you always want to talk about how it's fun, how it gives you freedom, and how it's flexible. So, most everybody works a full-time job. So that's where you're gonna talk about flexibility. You're gonna say something like, it's when they ask you, well, tell me a little bit about or whatever, and you're just like, you know what, it is so fun. I love it. I have so much fun. And I love it because it's so flexible. I have a full-time job. I've got 18 kids. You know what I mean? Like, you're busy, and you're like, and I love the flexibility that I get to work it on my time. And the freedom of that, I can have the freedom to work it at my own pace or whatever. So fun, freedom, and flexibility. Nobody wants to join a side business, and nobody wants to join a side hustle, because hustle means you got to work. Like, hustle means you got to work. So when someone says, which, I'm trying to change my wording now, because now I get it. And I'm like, do you want to work, you want to make a few $100s with a side hustle? And they're like, dude, like, I can't even hustle like with the time that I have. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this side hustle. And, then we say, you want to make some extra money, and, with this side business. And the first thing is, like, business. I have no idea how to run a business. No idea how to run a business. I've never ran a business. I don't want to run a business. And so then, they kind of back off with that as well. So what I've been trying to say myself is side gig. Like, it's a gig. It's a, you want to make some extra money with this side gig. And I find that I've had much more reception with using those words instead of business and hustle. I know that when I used to say business, I would get, I wouldn't get the response back to what I get now, that when I talk about like a side gig. I know when I started, and my sponsor, Katie Thompson, talked about a business, I remember the first thing that I said to her was, I have no time to run a business. I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying to run my own business over here. And so there's no way that I can build a business. Like, I don't even know anyone that would know. And I wouldn't know how to build a business. And I think that that's probably what the majority of the people feel as well, is like, I don't have a business degree. Like, I don't know how to run a business. So maybe if we just, try and change your wording a little bit and use gig, or maybe something else. And try and put in those 3 words: fun, freedom, and flexibility. Because nobody wants to join something if it's not fun, right? Like, if it's, it's work, which it is, but, they want to have a little bit of fun. And nobody really wants to join, this business if, because they don't have the time. So when you talk about flexibility, and, when you talk about flexibility, how it's flexible and you get to work it around your crazy schedule or your crazy kid schedule, or, I have a full-time job. That's why I love the flexibility. I get to, whenever, I get to work it on my time. So people, if you talk about, like, another key word that we learned was, if I showed you how to earn a few $100s extra a month, would you be open to taking a look if it didn't interfere with your current busy schedule right now? And so people are like, okay, well, if it doesn't interfere with my current busy schedule, then sure, I'll take a look, right? And then that's when you get into the conversation of, whatever, you're saying back to them. And then that's when you use the words fun, freedom, and flexibility. I have a lot of fun. Like, I love it. It's so fun. I love the flexibility. I love that I have a full-time job, and I still get to work this, I still get to, work it. I want to try and stay away from business, but I still get to work it. I have fun, and I love the freedom that comes with it. So fun, freedom, flexibility. Those are 3 words. Try and work those in, and see if it helps. And I started using what I had just said. If I showed you. So when you say someone like, if I showed you, because if you're like, hey, do you want to do this? And they're like, usually, well, I don't know. I have no idea how that works. Like, I don't know how it works. But if you're like, if I showed you, would you be open to taking a look? So that's a little sponsoring little tidbit that you can take away. If you're having trouble sponsoring, switch it up. If you're not, and you're bringing in people, in herds, then do exactly what you're doing. Then do exactly what you're doing now. Don't change it. Like, if it's not broke, then don't change it, right? But if you're having challenges, I don't want to say trouble or you can't sponsor, because the first thing that, when it comes out of your mouth is like, I can't sponsor anybody. If you can't sponsor anyone, you say that, sorry, but the universe, hears you and says, okay, yes, you're right. You can't sponsor anyone. So then you just, change your wording a little bit and just be like, I'm having challenges sponsoring people right now. Like, what can I do differently? What can I do differently? And then just incorporate maybe some of those words or some of those phrases and see how that works, and do it for 30 days and see if that helps any. Does anybody have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? You have anything that you're struggling with that you would like a solution for? Anything you want to share that's going really well for you that think maybe the others would benefit from it? How you feeling? You guys excited? What's up? If anyone wants to talk, you have to unmute yourself because you're all muted. No, look at y'all. I see you all. We're all just looking, going, what a crazy bitch. No, nobody wants to talk about anything. No one has any questions. I'm sure if you have a question about something, somebody has the same question. So don't feel like it's, a dumb question or anything like that.
Okay, quick question.
There, Joanne.
So, hey, I have a girl. She's 9 days away from her fast start. She's got everything but her first presenter. She's struggling, and she's just like, I just want to hit fast start. Now, should she go for a kidnapper? Or, kidnapper is not what we want, but, she just wants to hit this fast start.
Well, if she's going to go for a kidnapper, then she should make sure that she sells the premium or the artist kit, because that's, it's not really a kidnapper anymore. It's a sale, right?
That's
At least
true,
she gets paid for it, and she gets PRS. But if she really wants to work it as a business, then I would get her to write out a list of everyone that, that she knows. And I would go through it for the next 9 days,
Okay.
Send out maybe 10, 15 messages. If that's something that she, she needs, she wants.
Yeah, she's totally in for building. Yeah.
Yeah. Then she needs to start offering the opportunity. And a tip to give her is when she's writing down, so I was talking to someone today, she's probably going to watch the replay, and she said that, she's having trouble sponsoring, and she has all these people written out, but she's going through her list, and, there's a bunch of people that she doesn't even want to, approach, because she knows that, they wouldn't be interested in the business. And that is a total mistake.
Totally.
So, total mistake. You don't know who needs the opportunity for whatever reason it is. And, you know, that's not your responsibility to kind of like, you know, choose for them if this is a good opportunity for them. It's up to them to come back to you and say, you know what? No, thank you. So just kind of like, you know, just maybe give her that little tip and just say, you know what, let's do this. And, you know, when you're going through your list, you know, I don't want you to make a list that said that you think, you know, okay, you know, she would be interested. Because that's when usually you get disappointed, because you're like, oh, Mandy would be so amazing at this. I know she would love it. She wants to do it with me. And then you message her and she's like, no, thanks. And then you're just like, if she's not interested, then nobody else will be interested. So I might as well not even ask anyone else, right? And then your life's over, you quit, you know, it's downhill from there when, you know, it doesn't have to be. So just make sure you give her that tip. But maybe
Awesome.
if she wants or you want, post it in Mogul saying that she's got 9 days, and if anyone has any extra ideas.
Awesome. Thanks, Karen. Also, ladies, if you're pushing for this cruise, I had no idea how close I actually was until my husband did the math the other night, and I'm less than 120 mascaras away. So if you're pushing, ladies, you got this, because I'm doing this too.
Good job. Good job. Anyone else have any questions? Anything on anything? Mama P?
Oh, hello?
Hello?
Can you hear? Of course it would happen. They're coming to get me.
Yeah. Hope everybody's
Oh
okay.
my
Can you believe that? Of course. I live on a busy street. I just wanted to let you know that everybody is different when it comes to writing their goals down, or writing it on a piece of paper, or your daily activities. And I always kind of cheated, and I always wrote it down, and then I would put it aside, and I have all these books, and I mean, I have totally tons and tons of books, and I keep on adding a book. And so I actually won this woman is a coach, and she basically told me that everybody learns differently, and you retain a lot more when you can. For me, I'm a very visual person, and so I got a board, and oh my gosh, this is so good for me. So if you have everything in front of you, like the two things she said to me, she says, what are the two things that you would like to improve, you know, when I'm presenting or whatever? And I said, number one, I'm a squirrel. I'm always a squirrel, and I just go here, I go there, and I talk about everything. So she basically told me to get a timer, to write in big letters, to get a timer, put it on big letters on a board, what you are going to sort of plan out what you're going to say, okay? And as you can tell, I'm a squirrel now because I didn't plan this. But on my board, so I have all these columns down, okay? And on the columns, it says new potentials, new customers, my follow-up prospects, and my team, where I'm at, what the team is, how many points, and so on, right? So I've been doing that, and it is like fantastic. I am focused now, and it really, really helps. So if anybody's having the same problem, and this board is too small, I'm getting a huge blackboard for all down here, and I'm going to have it right in front of me. So every time I pass it, it's good. It's great. So that's
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, you know what? Some of us like learn so different. I'm exactly like you, Patricia. Like I am visual. I need something in front of me at all times. Like I need like something just to be in my face all the time. So yeah. So you're feeling good that like now that you have that? Like, do you feel organized and feel
I
like
do.
the pressure is off you because you're not so like overwhelmed with like, what am I supposed to do?
Well, exactly. What it does is that I can put my goals down. So I break it up. So for me, it's 500 a month, right? So I break it up and I tell my team to do the same thing. So at least I know where everybody on my team, where they're at and where they're supposed to go. So my Zoom call is at 8:00. So just want, but anyway, yeah, so I have it all down and it's all. So now I have to catch up because I'm not there yet, but at least you know where you're going. If you're going into a car, you need to know the direction where you're going. Same thing with this business. You need a goal. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. It makes you drive to get to that goal, whatever it takes. And so working as a team all together as one is amazing. The power of a group working together for the same goal is to change other people's lives or make them feel more beautiful is an amazing thing. And I just got goosebumps. Look at that. It is just so amazing that you can get a community of women, global beauties. I get they could be from Greece or Pakistan or Saudi Arabia or Holland or Belgium or whatever they come from. It doesn't matter. They say, you make us feel good, or you gave us a tip. That's what it's all about. It's not about always orders, but because you don't know 6 levels down who they know. So
Yeah,
another
absolutely.
tip.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's awesome. No, I love the driving car analogy because you're right. Like you get in the car, you know exactly where you're going, right? And it's the same in this business. I think most people, including myself, everybody, like is when you feel that overwhelm sensation, it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next. You know what you want, but you didn't write down those goals yet. Like you're like, I know I want to make some extra money this month. I know I want to make some PRS this month, but you got to be just a little bit more specific. And then if you, at least you have it, whether on a piece of paper or on a board or whatever, at least you can look at it and be like, okay, that's what I want. Now the next step is, how do I get it? Right? And then the next step is take out a piece of paper or a book or whatever and be like, okay, what activities can I do to make that thing happen? Right? What activities can I do? And that's not the hard part, figuring out what the activities are, right? Because the activities are all pretty much, they're all pretty much the same. They're pretty generic, but it's just feeling so overwhelmed where you're like, you know what? I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll figure it out tomorrow. And then, tomorrow becomes Saturday. And then you're like, I'll figure it out Monday. And then you're at Friday and you still haven't figured shit out. Right?
Yeah, that's why that's why exactly that daily goals is really important. Like your daily activities, everybody is really, really busy. And it's really focusing on, okay, from 7 to 8 o'clock, you tell your husband or you tell, okay, I'm going to be gone for an hour. And within that hour, you're going to say, what do I need to increase my audience? What am I going to do to do a sale or whatever? So you have to put that down and then you just go for it. How many prospects do you need? So you do one. Even if it takes an hour, you've done one of everything that you put down. It's not, Rome wasn't built in a year. And yeah, so if you talk to 10 people in Messenger that you've never met before, and you talk not to 10, but like say you talk to 5, right? Then you've done something. You've created a relationship that's going to build. So yeah, so it's really exciting. It's I can tell you this much, and I'm just going to tell you, ladies, and I tell my team also, is that yellow status is the most important status ever. So don't ever think that I'm only yellow. Let me tell you this much. Yellow is where you grow your business, okay? And is where you start learning about how to have a team. And even now, I've reached blue status, but the thing is that I double promoted. And that the reason why I did that is because I was yellow. I had a team that was so strong as yellow that when it came November, my goal was pink and I went to blue, right? But
Right.
do I get paid as blue? You know, no, because I'm actually a pink. In my mind, I'm a pink, because to get to blue, you have to have the amount of people doing a little bit, right? So I think it's so important, as if you want to get paid as a status, is to really build. When you're yellow, you start to build. And if you're pink and you're blue and you're not getting paid in those statuses, you start right from the beginning and you start really building a strong team. Like everybody's doing a little bit. There's one thing about my team is that I can go across and still have 4 or 5 personally sponsored people like that are active, right? So, you know, the thing is that, you know, sponsoring is one of my weak points, you know, so, but it gets there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it'll get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Does anybody else?
Anyway,
Yeah. Somebody just said something. Who was it? Does anybody else have any questions? Anyone else want to talk about anything else? No? No. All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time away from your family for a little bit to hop on this call. Thank you, Cindy, for saying yes and taking time out of your day and doing a little bit of a soul check. Thank you. I appreciate that.
sounds good.
So I'm going to, later on tonight, I'm going to upload this recording to YouTube, and then I'm going to post it in the group. And I'm going to put it up for 10 days. So if you have anyone that is asking for the replay, just let them know it's going to be available for the next 10 days. And we'll see you guys October 15th. Have a good
Bye,
day.
ladies. Thank you, Karen. Thank you,
Bye.
Cindy. Bye.
Thank you, Cindy.